salve aí, família. Aqui quem tá falando é o Zoom Pirata. Vamos com mais um videozinho de Alan Wake no modo fácil. Mais fácil do que roubar doce de criança. Bora. Lembrando, galera, deixa o like aí, se inscreve no canal que não foi inscrito aí. Dá aquela força aí, aquela moral, beleza? Aquela força, daquela moral. Rumo a 5.000 inscritos. Tomar um cafezinho aqui. Bora. Pesado, hein? E eu tinha passado essa parte aqui, só que voltou, mano. Então vambora, mano. O negócio é correr, cara. O negócio é correr, velho. Correr igual doido. Correr igual louco. Bora, filho. Bora. Não olha pra trás, não. Não olha pra trás, não, bichão. Bora, meu irmão. Corre, doido. Corre. Corre, doidão. Cachorrão. Corre, cachorrão. Você tá louco. Passar essa parte aqui de novo, né, mano? Quem assistiu o vídeo anterior, a parte aqui nós já tinha feito. Só que acho que não salvou. Eu pensei que ia salvar automático, entendeu? Mas tá bom, vambora. Alan Wake. Bora, bichão, bora.
I had found the murder site. Somehow the victim's heart was the key.
Ah, investiga o crime. Opa.
Something had shifted. I felt an overwhelming closeness to home. An FBI agent? Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
She can hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI.
This is Alan Wake. I'm trapped here. The dark place. Under Cauldron Lake.
Cauldron Lake. Who are you?
I'm trying to escape. I'm making progress, but I'm in danger. The dark presence. Help me. Please, help me.
Eu
I could
entendi.
sense it. I was closer to home. Had the woman in the vision helped me somehow? Something had changed. Outside. Parliament Tower. Where I had lived with Alice. It was out there. Waiting for me.
Ele tá preso, a mulher tá tentando ajudar ele, aquela policial lá, né, mano? Procure Alice. Vá ao departamento de... Não tem mais nada aqui, não. Rapaz... que fizeram com você, hein, mano? Pera aí. Bora. Deve ser por aqui. Cara, Wake. Essas bolas aqui, ó.
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it, hanging in the air. A meaning, the violent emotion of the act, like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something that soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget. Marking you. Taking you for a ride. Making you crazier.
Wake. Cara lá, fatiou, passou.
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it, hanging in the air. A meaning, the violent emotion of the act, like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something had soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget. Marking you. Taking you for a ride. Making you crazier.
Não entendi nada, mas tá bom. Onde que eu tô? Embora. Eu já vim aqui já. Hello, Wake. Onde tem luz eles não vêm não. Uma passeada por ali. Aí aqui já era, né? Não dá pra subir mais não. Ó o bagulho lá. É terrorizante, meu irmão. Joguinho do capiroto mesmo.
The station had changed. I was closer now.
Que isso aí, bicho. Aquele prédio lá, ó. Agora, pera aí, onde que eu tenho que ir mesmo? Parliament Power. Parliament Power. É. É aqui, né? Parliament Power. É atrás dele? É aqui, mano.
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home?
Eu vou pegar essa
Or
luz
was
aqui.
this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape.
Parliament Power. Break.
The writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
Parliament Power. Ô, louco, meu irmão. Opa. Quero chamar outro elevador. Quero ir naquele ali, não. É chique o negócio aqui, hein? Assombrado. Cadê?
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door opens.
Ó, mano. Cadê a lanterna, doido? Cadê a arma?
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice!
Alice. Pera aí.
Part 1. What was Alice working on?
Cartão de memória.
The writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
A geração de hoje em dia não sabe nem que é isso aqui, né, mano? Fita cassete. Tenho certeza que não sabe, cara. Vamos verificar tudo aqui. Passar ela pra fora. Pegar uma câmera filmadora. Agora ele vai ver tudo, meu irmão.
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do too sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me. Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice, Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
Brabão. Aí é uma pessoa mesmo, mano. Não é o game, não.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story.
Filme
Initiation.
mesmo.
To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
Nossa, puta que lá merda. Ô, louco, hein? Ô, louco. Tá chorando, menina. Apesar que eu não coloquei o... Cadê? Não tô fazendo nada. Sozinho. Ai, um pouco de luz, cara. Tá foda. Uma escuridão do caraca, velho. Que jogo, Luiz.
Let's recap what you've told us so far, Alan. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place.
Yeah.
It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people,
Yeah.
making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the dark place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence
Esses
was
vídeos é
still bound
pesado,
to the
velho.
lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted.
Vê
Before it broke
quanto
free.
FPS tá no vídeo.
Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker.
Até que não tá
Magical
pesado,
doesn't
não.
quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't...
It's insane. And there's so much of it.
Ai, tá claro, velho.
Have you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something? Wake said the cult has the clicker. How
Ai
does he
não,
know?
escureceu de novo, meu
Writer
irmão.
is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker. Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa. Wake said the
É
cult
isso aí,
has the
Soga. Volta,
clicker.
volta.
How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter.
Volta.
The next chapter. The next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker.
Bora.
Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them.
O cara tá cheio de bagulho aí, mano. Cheio de informação.
Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the cult of the tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon. Standing inside the trailer at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the cult of the tree. Her mind reeled from what the horror story was now claiming about her, her life, her past. She didn't accept it. She stepped out of the trailer. She needed air, but she wasn't alone.
Sinistro
A
isso
cultist
aí.
stared at her from behind a deer mask. She drew her weapon, shouted, ran after him.
E aí? Descubra mais sobre o clique. Ele vai falar mais nada? Ai, como que é bom tá de dia.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had. Wake has more information. I need to keep questioning him.
Vamos, Wake. Fala mais informação aí. Ele não vai falar mais informação, né? Não. Porradão, ó. Cadê o Ray Trace? Caraca, tomar uma bebida aqui pra ver se ele fala alguma coisa, velho. Ah, mano, eu tô na sala aqui, doidão. Na sala dos eventos, meu irmão. Pô, tá. Tem que falar aí alguma coisa, velho. Será que eu tenho que... Televisão... Pera aí. Puta, não...
Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult. Ugh.
Escrito aqui. É aqui.
The cult of the tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this. The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
Pera aí. Eita, giraia. Pera aí, muita calma nessa hora, meu irmão. Quero o zoom. Caraca, meu irmão. Lugar obscuro. Aqui. Cadê?
Doesn't make sense.
Aqui, ó. É história.
Keep trying. The dark place. It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake.
O zoom não tá funcionando aqui, mano. E afastar, tá ligado?
Ugh. Think.
Caraca. Pensa obscura. Obscura. Oh.
No. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people.
Dentro da luz intensa, saga. Caraca, não dá pra... Não. Caraca, eu não tô enxergando. Pera aí. Eu saí aqui, pera aí.
It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
Pera aí, pera aí, pera aí. Pera aí que eu tenho mais coisa aqui, mano.
But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people.
Cadê, pô? Conseguindo ver. Cadê?
Nah.
Assassinatos. Assassinato.
We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer. The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cold case.
Essa
Exciting.
ficou boa, mano. A árvore.
I need to know more about the code of the tree if I'm going to shut them down.
Eita, meu Deus do céu. Não tá pra dando... Não dá... Eu não tô conseguindo dar o zoom aqui, mano. Afastado o bagulho, velho. Ficou isso daqui. Que tipo de seito? E... símbolos. Será que esse daqui também é? Peraí. Peraí. É sim. Aqui. Em cima. Não.
Think, Saga. That's not right. Think.
Caraca, meu irmão. Este deve ser aqui, ó. Pra lembrar a seita da árvore.
No.
Isso aqui da árvore. Ritual. Parte da escritura. Ah, caraca, aqui. É esse doido aqui, mano.
Doesn't look right.
Qual que é essa daqui?
Keep trying.
Tá escrito aqui, vítima de homicídio. Manda cita. Puta, mano.
These stashes could contain clues about the cult. Better keep an eye out for more. No.
Caixa de material. Mano, o coisa não tá funcionando, mano.
Creepy dolls. Mysterious rhymes. No weirder than anything else going on, I guess.
Olha lá. Boneco. Estranho.
That's not right. Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
Olha lá. Ixi. Tá caindo, ó. Desceu, velho. Tá bugado o botão, hein? Aí, ó. Já foi, mano. O caso ali tá
You wrote these
encerrado.
pages in the dark place. So why are we finding them here?
I think I wrote them. I remember writing an endless amount of pages. When this happened before, the pages were being sent from the dark place to help me. Maybe the same thing is happening here.
That's all for now, Mr. Wake. Thank you for your cooperation.
Pronto.
I'm the only one who understands the forces behind this. I can help you.
No, that's not how this works. You're a civilian, and we don't do ride-alongs. And if Scratch is after you, then so is the cult. We don't know who we can trust here.
Damn it, you are making a mistake.
I'll be sure to add that to the list.
Pronto, agora eu vou lá.
Hi, welcome.
E aí?
Okay.
Ah, cerveja aí.
Pat's favorite Deerfest floats. Go.
The yarn puppet monstrosity.
Stuffed moose and squirrels one.
No, thank you. Those beady dead marble eyes still give me nightmares.
Tuts.
Hello, and welcome to Coffee World, voted Washington's best coffee-themed amusement park. All of our attractions are family-friendly and available to children of all ages, just like our coffee.
Pulsar tudo aqui.
Right, well, that's our time.
Oh, dear diner,
We'll be back after this next song by the rock and roll sensation, National Nightmare.
Oh! Soak in some history.
Oh! Que doido, hein? Não consigo ver ela, hein, mano. Frente. Cadê o carro dela? Tá aqui, ó. Pegar o carro e se picar no mundo, papaizão. Morena bonita, hein? E aí? Vamos pra onde, filha? Vamos pra onde? Peraí. Peraí. Encontre o clique em water. Não é aqui não, mano. Encontre ou clique em water. Chalé. E não é water. É? Não, pô. Não, pô. Não, pô. Não. Watering. É watering, é o 2. É, pô, aqui não é não é aqui não. Aí. Não era aqui, ali era o lugar do crime.
Anderson, I didn't want to say this in front of Wake, but are you sure this is a good idea? Going on your own?
Assuming we believe the page, I need to check this out. We need to find the cult. Anyone we meet here could be a member. And this Scratch guy.
The evil doppelganger? It must be true, or else this guy can't write for shit.
The quality of his writing aside, if this page turns out to be true like the rest have, this could be a breakthrough. We might solve this thing before backup even arrives.
Yeah, but they're taking their time, so just be careful out there. Meanwhile, I think me and Wake will have a chat. Maybe I can shake something loose.
Okay. But remember what happened with the salt shaker?
Yeah, real funny.
The page placed me in a trailer, somewhere in Watery. I should ask around.
A vote for Mayor Setter is a vote for everyone.
Mayor
For
Setter will
Watery.
stand up for justice.
O que esse carinha tem aqui?
Where's the time gone? There's just a wretched husk of what used to be me left.
Hey, what did you used to say your dream job was as a kid? I bet it wasn't dock worker.
I don't know about all that, but idle hands are the devil's playground, so...
The flooding is even worse here. More like underwatery. I'll have to tell Casey that one later. Okay then. Catchy tune.
Ah, não, vai dar. Eu vou salvar aqui. E nós vamos continuar daqui, beleza, família? Que louco, hein, mano? Vamos continuar daqui.
I was back. I wasn't able to escape. A dark presence had stopped me.
Não entendi, mano.
I had seen the title page of another manuscript. Return. I didn't remember writing it, but it felt familiar. Important. I had to find it.
Ah, aquela fita lá. Escreva objetivo, escrever. Vamos escrever aqui.
I would write a new draft of initiation to reach Parliament Tower using another murder site. Scratch was reaching out from the dark place to get Alice. She was out, but still in danger.
Welcome. Our guest tonight is Alan Wake. This time he wanted to do something.
I was back, and I hadn't forgotten. I knew how this worked now. I could take control, no more surprises.
What demons he wrestles with in the dark.
Oxe, eu não entendi não, mano. Não entendi nada,
Our
cara.
house band, the divine old gods of Asgard.
Aqui na TV.
Something very special. The song is called Herald of Darkness, but I like to call this next segment The story of the journey of Alan Wake. The musical.
Ah, que volta, né, mano? Alterar a realidade. Ah, alterar a realidade ali, mano. Pera aí, mas eu vim aqui, mano. Alterar a realidade, eu tenho que ver com ela. Eu acho que eu tô com ela. Meus objetivos com ela. Que louco, mano, o jogo. Vai vendo. Vai vendo, mano. Agora você pode jogar com um ou com o outro. Vou salvar aqui. E nós vamos continuar daqui, beleza, família? Deixa o like aí, se inscreve no canal. Eu acho que tá dando umas travadinhas. Eu mexi no OBS, mano. Aí acho que tá acontecendo isso. O jogo é pesado. Mas é isso aí. Deixa o like aí, se inscreve no canal, dá aquela força aí. E fui!